Coming up, we continue our series on deepening our long-lasting relationship. Are you ready to go on this journey with me, Mikayla?
Let's do it.
Let's do it then. Hit the music. It's podcast time. I got a little phlegm in my throat, and I was trying to not have it affect me,
And it did.
and it did anyway. I'm Al,
And I'm Mikayla.
and welcome to the Why You
Hold it
podcast.
Serenading the people.
Yeah, you got to serenade the people.
Okay.
As you can see, my energy is back up from what it was last week, so
He got
I'm
more energy than me.
fully vaccinated and 100% ready to go.
And he's alive.
I am alive in my heart and in my spirit and in my soul. I don't know why I keep saying that because I said that last week. I need to come up with new material, but I'm glad to still be here looking at you in the face.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm tired.
I bet, but
Sitting
guess
in
what?
traffic for an hour and 30 minutes, it was probably longer than that, really drained me.
I'm sorry to hear
Already
that.
traffic on a Friday. Then there was an accident. And then I just had to sit. And then I went to a detour. And then the detour had traffic. So then I had to get back on the highway. And then there was more traffic. And I'm drained.
Traffic exception.
I'm
It is
drained.
mentally draining.
But
Didn't happen to me though.
ooh, oh, Jesus.
I was 15.
But I'ma
I
get my
worked
energy
15
back.
minutes from the house.
Anyway, I worked 2 minutes from the house, but I had to go get our son
You right,
who lives
Liz.
who was at mama-in-law's, who lives like almost
It's 30
well,
minutes
30
without
minutes
traffic. Yeah,
without traffic. Traffic on a Friday turns into 45 minutes.
that's right.
And then traffic on a Friday with an accident turns into an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I had to get that out of my system.
That's
but
fair.
anyway, I'm going to be okay.
You are going to be okay.
Yeah.
We are going to be okay because welcome again, everyone, to the YU podcast, the number one podcast for people who need to vent after being stuck in traffic for an hour and a half. You know that good old the last traffic. Got to hit you in your feels at least one time.
I had to think about it. I was like, what? the last Texas.
I can't with you. So, first things first, it's WrestleMania week for the wrestling nerds and not nerds, because then it makes us all look bad. For the wrestling fans. So, what time is it? I'm probably going to get halfway through SmackDown, and then WrestleMania starts tomorrow. So, I'm super psyched about that.
WrestleMania. Sorry.
Is that's what we're going to do?
Yeah.
That's how you're going to wake up? That's how you're going to get your energy?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So before we get into today's episode, we want to, again, thank you all for listening. We appreciate you guys going on this journey with us. We thank everyone for saying such wonderful things to us about our show and our podcast and supporting us. It's a nice little segue to remind you that, hey, we have launch on Patreon.
Yeah.
And we are like I said, we're working on something really, really good for our Patreon subscribers and supporters. So please debate and consider supporting our Patreon page.
Yeah.
www.patreon.com/YUPod. We have tiers of $3, $5, and $10. You know, it charge you at the beginning of the month, so it'll come right out the first of the month check, and it won't hurt you none.
First of the month.
Consider, we love you. We need you. I don't want to say it like that, because then it sounds like I'm begging, baby. I'm begging.
All right.
Pass that collection plate around. Make sure they get them in the back.
I'm not gonna
Put your $10 in that collection plate.
I'm not about to
Why
play
you
with you.
podcast? No, but for real, just consider. That's all we ask for. That's all we need. So before we get into our game,
Mm-hmm.
there's some stuff that has happened today, which
Yeah.
is Friday,
Yeah.
April 9th. We mentioned at the beginning of our episode last week about DMX overdosing and being in the hospital. And unfortunately, today, he did pass away from his condition. And it really does put things into perspective, but I don't want to give my insight first. I know you wrote some stuff down, so I was going to let you take over a little bit of this first.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not that I wrote a whole lot down. It was just I wanted to give my condolences to the family, and you know, it's a sad day.
It is. Considering the fact that so many people that have come forward, even, over the past week, have had nothing but nice things to say about DMX. And addiction is something that no one can ever control. And I mean, I've seen it firsthand when I used to work at a rehab facility, and just seeing how much drugs can change a person for the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And watching them come out of that haze over the time that they spent there, and seeing how much of a different person they are, but then knowing a lot of them, once they got back out into the real world, would relapse.
Right.
It's heartbreaking. And knowing that, and it's also a reminder that celebrities are regular people. They have the same pratfalls that we do,
Mm-hmm.
same shortcomings. And we lose a lot. We lose a lot of people, a lot of good people, due to addiction. So I hope that DMX is able to rest in peace, and he doesn't have to worry about that demon anymore. He can be at rest.
Right. I hope that his kids find some type of peace, because I know, they're probably dealing with that tough, and close family and friends and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Because I think it was somewhere I read, it was like 15.
Yeah, that's what I read too. He's got 15.
Yeah.
He got 15 kids.
So.
And I hope they don't blame him. And I say that because I was scrolling through Twitter, as I always do, and it was one woman who, she met DMX at a hotel one day, and she talked about how she lost her father to addiction and how it made her feel. And DMX told her, forgive him, because it's not something that he could control. Once it gripped him, there was no way to get away from it.
Right.
So, don't fault him for losing the battle to addiction. And she spent so much time after that conversation with him learning how to forgive and remembering the relationship that they had together,
Mm-hmm.
her and her father. And the fact that he ended up losing his battle to his addiction.
Mm-hmm.
She was he made a point to uplift others, even though he was battling issues within himself. It just goes to show what type of person he was. So I need to actually go watch his verses, because I didn't watch it when they did it last year.
Him and Snoop.
Yeah.
I saw different clips from it when it first came out.
Mm-hmm. So I need to.
I think just by all the verses I've seen, either all of them in its entirety, or just clips of certain ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the energy was there between both of them, so it was cool to see.
Yeah. It was something. It was an opportunity to give him his flowers while he was still here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad it happened so that he could see that he was loved by many, he was cherished by most. Mm-hmm. Let's pull ourselves up maybe a little bit. What else happened?
Well,
Because we got a lot of stuff happening.
Before we get into the game, I just want to address the 2 mass shootings that happened too, because this is becoming too common,
Right.
which is sad.
Yeah.
The first one, the first order of events, the first one was the ex-NFL player.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember you shared that one with me.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
and killed a prominent doctor and his wife, his 2 grandkids, and somebody else who worked in the doctor's home, and then somebody else was wounded.
It was there were two gentlemen working outside. They worked for an HVAC company, and one of them was seriously injured, and the other one died on the scene
Right.
because one of them called their supervisor, basically screaming on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a whole series of serious unfortunate events.
Right. And then the gunman killed himself. But
Yeah.
it still hasn't come out unless I hadn't seen it. Like, what's the connection with him and that family, him and that doctor and that family?
Nothing yet.
Like, because it was at the doctor's house. So it's like, how did he know to go to his home and all that stuff? It got to be some type of connection.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
gotta
hadn't
be.
came out yet.
No.
And then they also, of course, anything dealing with a football player and them killing somebody, they always want to link it to CTE. So
Yeah.
they're doing tests now. They asked the family if they can do tests to
Yeah.
run to see if he had that.
Honestly, if you played any sort of contact sports, 9 times out of 10, you sustain some sort of brain injury. I had a mild concussion in high school, and I battled depression because of a lot of things. But I know I haven't really been the same since I got knocked out. So it's something that, unfortunately, 'cause I mean, people love football, and I don't think football is ever going to go away. I mean, there would have to be something super serious for football to ever just disappear, like any of these other sports that people no longer play. I don't know what that may be, like shuttlecock or something. I don't know.
Is that a real thing?
You never heard of shuttlecock?
No.
It's basically like tennis.
That's a real sport?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like tennis and what?
It's okay. It's kind of like tennis, but I'd have to show you. Well, I'm afraid to like Google shuttlecock. I'm gonna get the wrong images that'll pop up, but it's like a little ball, and then it almost looks like a tail or whatever.
Like
I'd have to actually show it to you. Like, do you
like
have
the ball like badminton?
badminton? Maybe it's the same.
Well,
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
The way you're explaining it is like you said a little ball and like a tail. That's what the ball is for badminton.
Okay, so then that's what it is. So the shuttlecock, that's actually what it is. Shuttlecock is the thing, and then it's badminton. See, that's what I got you for, because you're smart.
I'm going to have to.
Where's your phone? Is it close? Is it nearby?
Did
you throw it?
I don't feel like reaching for
Oh,
it.
that's fine. See, you know mine.
I'll look for it after.
Mine's controlling the camera, so I can't use it. But that was a terrible sidebar to this conversation that we're having. But what I'm saying is, it would be something super serious for football to go away, but with that there will be people who have brain injuries, and a lot of them will do violent things to just themselves, or they will do them to other people and themselves. It's unfortunate, but the way things are, it'll probably never change. What was the we saw the other one? Well, we didn't
the other
see
one
it.
just happened yesterday. It was in Bryan, Texas, and the guy he worked for this cabinet making company, and he killed 5 people and injured 1.
I thought it was the other way around. He killed one.
Killed 1 person, wounded 5. That's what it was. My bad. He was 27, and then they just did his bond. It's at $2.2 million.
That's sad.
So,
I just, every time these happen, you sit back and you're like, why? But there's never really any answer.
right.
It's always,
Like somebody probably pissed him off, and then he just wanted to take it off on anybody.
but there's there's so many
say,
innocent people that had nothing to do with whatever his issue was with management or HR or whatever. Those people were just trying to go to work, get their hours and go home. That's all. Any of us who have to work these jobs, that's all we ever want to do. Get our hours so we can get our money and we can go home and be safe. And yet, with this, I see you
I didn't mean
already
to hit that.
bang on the thing.
I didn't mean to hit that.
Calm down, Kayla. But seriously, no. I'll never truly understand it. And as many times as these happen, I'll say the same thing over and over. Like, I just don't get it.
Because there's really no reasoning behind it, and you can't kind of like you can't try to break it down because ain't no reason behind it.
Right.
People like that, they just think they don't think in the same way that we do.
It's like, well, I'm hurting, so I gotta take out as many people as I can on my way out. Like that's such a selfish way of thinking, but it keeps happening over and over again. And now that I know not everyone, but people are getting vaccinated, things are opening back up. It's like, do you actually want to go outside and be in a group of people? You don't. You really don't. It just breaks my heart that innocent people have to die because of other people's issues. I will never understand it. Even when they say why they did it or whatever, it doesn't matter. These people deserve to live. Go live in a different country. Go find an island or something. You know, do something different with your life. You don't have to murder people. You just don't. But whatever.
It's sad.
It
But let's change the mood.
Yes, please.
Lighten it up some.
Let's lighten it up some.
All right, so what we doing?
Before we get into the game, just to lighten the mood, your boy has been promoted at his job.
He been promoted in his job.
I got promoted at my job.
Congratulations. Do we have like some music or congratulations?
No. I don't want the fanfare.
Oh.
I don't want it.
Well, I said congrats. So
thank you.
fanfare.
I appreciate that. It's a job, so you know, I'll take the promotion. I'll take the little extra money. And when I say little, I mean little extra.
Hey.
Anything
is anything. Bread is bread.
Are you Lauryn Hill? You don't get the joke. Never mind.
Everything is everything. Not anything.
That's the correlation. That's why. See,
you know,
I'm gonna need you.
I be thinking too strategic sometimes.
I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna say this. You're gonna get mad. Let me stop.
Lord.
Kayla acts like an infant. I probably said this on the podcast before, but whenever I tell Kayla to take a nap, it's almost like, see.
Don't tell me to take a nap.
Oh.
Take a nap when I want to. And it ain't right now. So
maybe afterwards you could go straight to bed. Just go lay it down. Oh, the salt.
Whatever.
Anyway, no. I got a promotion. So, yay.
Got a promotion.
I got a promotion. Some things happened that I wasn't prepared for. So, at first I was upset. But the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I can choose to give my energy to this situation and be upset, or I could be like, you know what, it's small victories that happen, and this is my first promotion in my life.
Promotion.
You got go ahead. No, sing the whole promotion song.
Promotion.
I'm gonna give you your moment in the sun. No, go ahead. This is all you.
Moment in the what?
I was trying to say sun, but you're gonna sit here. Okay.
It's just another day of sun.
I'm gonna make fun of you later. That's fine. I get all your little chuckles in, get your whole little moment, because when
I'm doing a congratulatory song for you, and I was singing, "You got a promotion."
I like how you try to change the subject.
Got a promotion.
I like how you try to change the subject.
You, but okay.
And then when I say something and I just happen to speak two words together at the same time, you want to make fun of me. It's cool. It's cool, Mikayla.
Why?
Because when you do it later, I am going to blast you all over the microphone.
That's fine.
That's what she said. Let's continue, please.
Where is this going?
I'm trying to get to, there's a point. Okay? Yes, I got a promotion. I had the option to choose whatever role I wanted, and I chose the second. It's like one was supervisor and the other was crew lead. I chose crew lead for a reason, and that's because I want to be able to give my time and energy to you and Alfonso, and I want to be able to expand the YU podcast and all the other projects that I want to do under that banner. Couldn't do that as a supervisor effectively. I couldn't do it. So, in a way, to all you listeners out there, I did this for you. I did that for you.
Okay.
I hope you appreciate my sacrifice
Oh Lord.
that I did for you. No, all seriousness though. I did it for all of us. Not just them, not just you, but for me too. For my sanity. So yeah, give
Yeah,
give
but you
me
got that
a
out now.
give me a little golf clap if you want to. Clap, 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 clap. Okay. Now we can get to
I cannot. Okay.
So if you missed the first one, I don't blame you because I did not set up the sound for that episode, which I still deeply apologize
Oh, Lord, you
for.
gonna
Kayla,
beat
when
yourself up for the rest of your life.
when
for
I
that.
make-
That was one mistake.
here's the thing, and this is how I've always been. Honestly, this is how I've always been. When I make a mistake, I do not allow myself to forget it so that I will never do it again.
But you do gotta move on, though.
Here, okay, I have moved on, but I don't forget. And I'll say it like, hey, I've made sure everything's plugged up. Got second and third dairy sound recording and all of that. Just so we can bring the content that we want to bring.
Second and third there.
So if you missed that first episode that we did, we have a game. It's called the And. It's the couples edition. And since we've been together for a long time, the long-term couples edition from The Skin Deep. If you are watching on YouTube, here's the box, nice and black with white writing.
Yeah.
On the back of it, I'm going to read this again. What is the And? An Emmy award-winning experience that explores relationships by creating the space for honest communication and deep listening.
Mm-hmm.
The And facilitates an environment of vulnerability, more meaningful moments, and stronger understanding for one another by making challenging conversations easy and fun. This deck features 199 cards of thought-provoking prompts to get you conversing and connecting deeply. Lean into discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
Discover something new and explore your relationship, all by asking better questions.
Okay, boys. You need to be on Audible.
I do.
Ooh.
All I gotta do is work on this combining of words and this anxiety, and I think I'd be all right. It's really just breathing. Sometimes you forget to breathe when you talk, and then when there's no breath support, your brain starts to form words that don't exist because there's not enough oxygen heading to the cerebral cortex. Cerebral. I'm 0 for 2, I guess.
You sound like Steve Harvey. The cerebral.
Cerebro. That's
Okay.
X-Men, by the way. Okay. Try to remember we select first. We're supposed to take time and gaze into each other's eyes longingly so we can get into a place of vulnerability and understanding for each other.
Look into your eyes.
Don't forget now.
Then I realize
You remember the other day you was like, I don't look in your eyes enough, and I was like, you don't.
in my life.
I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Okay. I have to read the rules again because it's been a month since we've done this.
Yeah.
And since this is only the second time, I don't remember. So,
right.
Here we go. Rule number 1. I got a burp.
Ew.
I'm sorry.
That's rule number 1?
Yeah. Rule number 1, I got a burp. Here we go. Rule number 1. Sit facing one another with a comfortable distance between you, which will side profile each other. Number 2. Choose an equal number of random cards from the deck. We did 5 last time. We're gonna do that in a second. Okay. Number 3, take 30 seconds to relax and look at one another. Mm-hmm. And 4, alternate asking and answering all of the question. Every question must be asked, but you do not have to answer the question. To earn the right to remain silent, you must look the person in the eye for 10 seconds before saying pass.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Got it.
All right, so let's pick between the left and the right. This side? All right. Just take a few of these out. And this is the deck for ones that we've already done. I keep them not in the box. Yeah.
Repeat.
All right. I'm gonna deal them like spades. I don't know how to play spades. 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Hey.
Put that right back in the deck. I sound like a
Sorry.
gotcha. I sound like I can't think of what it is. Magician. That's what it is.
Okay.
I was saying musician in my head. I was like, that is not at all what it is.
So
All right.
now we got to gaze first.
Yes, we do.
For
Hold
how
on.
many seconds?
It said, let me look at the rules again.
What's this? The old one.
That's the old ones.
Okay.
Look at you.
Move them then. Thank
That work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. We take 30 seconds to relax and look at one another. So we breathe deep.
Lay back, relax.
Relax. Turn off the lights.
You ain't looking at me.
Light up. Can I get my deck together first, woman dang?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. You're so
Oh, goofy.
there's something wrong with
I
you.
know.
I look at you, you start smiling, I smile back, and you start laughing. We are off to a great stop today. Okay.
Who's starting?
Who's I don't remember who started last time.
You mean start?
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Don't hit the mic now.
What you mean?
I'm being funny. Let's go.
Who has more power in our relationship, and how has it changed?
That's a good question.
Boom.
The way we have cultivated our relationship and marriage, there is no real power dynamic. We rely on each other and we share responsibilities for a lot of things. So I wouldn't say that there's someone in power. Now, as the man of the house, I feel that I lead, but I also give you the space to also lead, and I follow you, because I've seen in other relationships how, well, the man is always the leader. I see how that can backfire. So I really want to not make you, because make to me doesn't sound the way I want it to sound. I really want you to feel like an equal partner in this. So, yeah, there is no power. There's no struggle as far as that goes.
You the head and I'm the neck.
Yeah. And then we alternate, which, if you think about it, doesn't really make sense because head and necks do not alternate. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I was right in what I said. You the head and I'm the neck.
Oh, my God.
Turns the head around, so technically
I can't.
you really want to get alarm.
Well, we're the one recording at 6:30 in the evening time.
Anyway, technically, since I'm the neck, rear, and the head, kinda, I'm in control. But I'm following your lead while I call the play. But you make sure at the end that we both okay. So therefore, like you said, it's not a true power struggle because we balance it out. Okay, I'm done. Good answer, babe. Good answer.
Let me tell you something.
What?
You make me sick. That whole thing.
Was the truth though?
I can't
But
with you.
I loved your answer. Thank you.
And then you're ending the game. I'm talking about you.
Why?
And sit down.
We're recording, buddy. Here,
You
take
gotta
a
be
seat.
quiet.
That's AD,
No.
by the way.
You gotta sit down.
You can say hello real quick, and then you gotta sit down. Say your name.
Hello, my name is AD.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so you need to sit down. You gotta be quiet.
I'm full. All right.
All right.
Back to the game.
Close the bathroom door, buddy. Okay?
I'm ready for my question.
No, don't worry about that. Just close the bathroom door. You're worried about the wrong things. All right. Here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sit down. Why do you think I am in your life.
Ooh. Okay, let me look at that. Why do you think I am in your life? Why is Alfonso Davis the third in my life? Well,
Dig deep.
you are in my life, first of all, to be my soulmate, because we took different paths to get to where we are to find each other. So when people ask me, do I wish I had done things differently, and like the choices that I made to get to where I am, I always tell them no, because I probably wouldn't have had the same opportunities that I've had along the way and met the same type of people. Even though, people always be like, well, if it's meant to be, then, that person will find you, or you'll find that person, or y'all will meet up and blah, blah, blah. But in the events that things have happened, it was meant to be in the way that they happened. So you are in my life to be my soulmate and my husband and my baby daddy, to that boy sitting on the floor. And to basically help me. Like, I'm your helpmate, but you help me in ways that it's hard for me to open up to people, and I'm able to open up to you. Even though I can be like a super fence and a super have things like, blocked, but you help to open that up for me so that I can be more creative, be myself, be free, not be afraid. So that's why you're in my life, to help me do all those things and to be my soulmate.
Well, that was nice, Kayla.
Bring it out.
I am also in your life because I choose to be.
Okay.
I am here because I want to be.
But the question was, why do I think you're in my life?
I'm telling you,
think
but I am telling you why I am in your life. Still,
does it choose to be
to this day, with all the craziness.
Craziness of who? Because I ain't crazy. Whatever.
What you mean, Kayla?
Anyway,
yeah.
But you choose to be here still.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And
sticking around.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right. Why do you still love me? Boom.
We ask each other this question all the time. Here's the crazy part.
You ask more than
I
I do.
ask it for reassurance, and it annoys you.
Yeah.
But I need it because words of affirmation is one of my love languages. And in that moment, I need it. You know why I love it. I'll be like, Kayla, you know what? Then I'll just look in the mirror and give myself words of affirmation. But I still love you because you still allow me to be vulnerable, even when society would tell me to man up, to not cry, to suck it up. You let me vent. You let me think irrationally, and then you get me together. You allow me to be me without judgment. And when I am depressed, which seems to be every other week, it's usually in a non-pay period week when I won't get paid. I'm like, man, what am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this and all this stuff? And you'll let me have those moments, and then you'll bring me back to reality. And you let me be goofy, and you think I'm funny, which I didn't realize was something I thought was super important until recently. I need that instant gratification of laughter and smiles and all that stuff. And you don't let me feel alone, because sometimes I will fall into that abyss and feel like I'm by myself even when I'm in a room full of people. and you will hold my hand and say, no, we're in this together. So that is why I still love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yeah. You about to cry?
I'm saving my tears for the end, ma'am.
What's at the end?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
Okay.
I try to go on these bits, and you just don't go on the journey with me. It's got to be logic. What are you going to cry at the end for? Is something happening? Are you going to re-propose to me? Are we going to renew our vows? No, Kayla. You ask me if I'm going to cry, and I say, no, you cry at the end.
Okay.
Close the door, buddy. I bet you were going to whatever you were going to do.
It's loud in the mic.
Okay, sit down. Ooh. This is interesting. Look me in the eye and tell me something in silence. Straight up, that's what it says.
Look you in the eye and tell you something silent.
Mm-hmm.
So don't say nothing, just look you in the eye. How you gonna figure out what I'm saying?
We've been together so long, I should be able to know when you tell me something with your eyes and be able to figure it out.
Okay.
That might not... honestly, I'm going to say this, though. I don't know if that's something we have mastered yet. And I'll tell you why after we do it.
We mastered it with certain stuff. Like, if somebody doing something, then we look at each other like we know, what's going on and stuff like that. But I don't know how to do it in this situation. Look me
it doesn't have to be anything deep. It can be something that I can understand by just you looking at me.
Okay.
Okay? You ready? I love you too.
Oh, that was easy, right?
Yeah, that one was easy.
Okay.
So, give me something a little bit harder. Like, just think of something that you could try to tell me, but we're in a busy area and we can't use words.
Okay.
Okay, that was a worried look. It was like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna do one. Why not?
All right.
Okay. You ready?
It looked like you saying what the hell with your eyes.
Mm-mm.
Somebody coming? Somebody coming? Type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Somebody behind you. We need to get out of
yeah,
here or
we need
something.
to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
That
we can do
yeah,
it.
but the
then.
first one was like that actually came from a dark place. Actually,
What? What came from a dark place?
my look.
Somebody like we need to get out of here.
Yes.
Like if something's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's why I say like at least I was able to figure that out because it's like okay, I want to know you make that face and then we need to get up out of here.
Yeah.
We need to get up out of here. I can't talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be. I prepare myself mentally for these things because we just talked about we talk about the shootings and stuff.
Right.
And I'm like sometimes there's not enough time for me to speak. Like we need to move and we need to move now.
Right.
And I've said to you because sometimes you'll be like, babe, what's going on? And you'll ask me questions and I'm like, can we move first before I answer? That's something we need to work on.
I don't do that all the time though.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
And I always make a joke like if somebody gonna be running, I'm gonna be running too and ain't asking no questions.
Right.
In that situation, I'm gonna be running.
Right. Sit down. All right.
You ready?
I think so.
Would you like to be the last one standing or the first to go and why?
Oh, no.
Are they talking about like this?
Yeah. Okay.
That's deep.
I think about this a lot, actually. And I kind of flip-flop between the two. And I guess now will be the time where I cry because I do think about it a lot. I don't think I could handle being the last one standing. I don't think I have the heart to see you go first. I have been afraid of losing you from the beginning. And, the reason why I got my job in the first place was because of your health scare almost 2 years ago. And I couldn't do it. When you told me, when you had that near miss yesterday, all I kept thinking about was, what if? What could have happened?
Right.
And it terrified me, And it's selfish to say, and I'm willing to admit that it is selfish. But I wouldn't want it to be me. I would want to go first. Which, it puts a lot on you, but I couldn't watch you go. Even thinking about it, I can't. You mean too much to me. And I don't know what type of person I would be.
I was gonna say, for those listening, like background on the near miss he was talking about. So when I was on the way to get ready to drop AD off before I went to work, we were almost in an accident. It was a 18-wheeler in front of me, and it wasn't no gap or anything. It wasn't like another car. It was an 18-wheeler in front of me. He swerved, and all you see was like black smoke from his tires, and the back of his trailer went one way, and the front of the cab went the other way. So I had to like think fast, swerve, and then I was looking at my rearview, and the people behind me had to think fast and swerve so they wouldn't hit me, because it would have been like basically a pile-up accident. And so all I could do was say, thank you, Lord, all the way to where I was going to meet my mother-in-law. And because we were 2 exits from us getting off. And then AD said, thank you, Lord, too. He just kept saying it over and over again when I was saying it. Then when I got to her, like, because I couldn't call anybody yet, because, like, when that happened, like, everything that was in the seats went to the floor. And then my phone went to the floor and all that stuff. So when I got there and parked, and I told about what happened, like, I was like, all I could say was thank you, Lord, because, like, I was kind of shaken up a bit. And after we switched, because we met at the gas station, and I had called Al afterwards and told him what happened after I calmed down and all that stuff, and I was like, it could have been a different story.
The circumstances, if you, because this is typically what I do, knowing how much reaction time you had, you would have got sandwiched, and neither one of you would be here. I can't. Just the thought scares me, to know it was literally a life and death decision, and you were able to choose the right one. So yeah, it's gonna sound morbid, but it's true. I sometimes have I don't want to call them daydreams, but it's more like visualizations of coming home and finding you and not having enough time to save you. And I hate when my mind takes me to those places. But the older I get, the more I understand that eventually the day will come where one of us won't be here. And I run through every scenario I can for trying to be prepared for if it's you that goes first. And it's tough on the mind. It's tough on the heart. But then I snap back and I say, well, damn it, I have to enjoy the time that I do have left.
Right.
So that if I were to go first, there won't be any question how much I loved you and if I supported you and your dreams and goals and aspirations, your mental stability and all of that. So, yeah, I think about it a lot, especially since I'm turning 35 this year. I think about it a lot. Let me take a breath on that one. That one was
Heavy.
that was heavy.
Heavy. You got so heavy, baby.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a light one.
These questions been deep, so you don't know.
Who has played the biggest role in our relationship that isn't one of us, and why?
Who has played the biggest role in a relationship that isn't one of us? I can go so many places with that.
I would choose the person who's played
you.
the biggest role.
I know. I'm thinking.
Well, you said many. Okay, I hear you. Trying to be supportive.
Why you breathing like that?
Because
I can't think.
It was dead air. I was just filling the
Oh.
space.
No, like legit.
That's fair.
Because it's different people that I can choose from that's played big roles.
Yeah.
Why you doing me like that?
Because I'm not trying to rush you. I was trying to get you to hone in on the biggest, because when you say big, it's like, okay, it's a lot of people who play big roles. You just got to find the biggest
Can you link
one.
people together, or it's got to be one person?
Well, it says the way it's worded, it's who, so that would be one person, and then you would have to say why.
So, I would actually say, like, one of the reasons why we're together. I'm gonna throw a name out there. You probably know what name I'm about to say. What?
You trying to set it up? Just answer the question, baby.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to Dee Keys, because her, along with a group of people, are one of the reasons why we're together. But why are you making that face?
I just looked at you.
Oh. Okay.
I'm trying to hear you when you speak.
Okay.
You're thinking that I'm trying to rush you, and I'm not.
Gotcha. I would say, like, she's one of the reasons why we are together. From college, like setting it up, and putting that idea together, and yeah.
You are so goofy. I swear to God.
Am I goofy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't say your grandmother. That's who I thought you were going to say. Because at the beginning of our relationship, there were a lot of side eyes and are you sures? But your grandmother was like, oh no, baby, he's handsome. You picked a good one. It's like that sign off knew that I was going to be okay when you told me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why I say what I say. But that wasn't my question.
It wasn't.
I'm ready for my question now.
Why you gotta throw things back like that?
What you mean?
Because I gave my answer, and then you go and do your answer like that.
Okay.
And now you got me like.
I'm not trying to. Okay.
That's why I said there's a lot of people that play a big part. But I was saying, I use Didi as an example because that's like one of the reasons why we are together. So I was going from the beginning instead of the timeline of things.
That's fair.
That's why I played a major role, because I think about how things started and then continue on.
That's fair.
So in that continuation, yes, it has been a lot of people who played a major role in it, especially my grandmother too with the sign off. But in the beginning, that's why I said that.
I'm just trying to keep you serious and grounded for this particular game.
I was serious and grounded. That was a serious answer.
Okay. Did I ask that question correct?
Did you
So
ask
then
that
it's
question?
so then it's my turn. Yeah, I asked that question.
Yeah. Okay. I don't understand. Fill in your own question. And it just says,
We're gonna skip that because
blank
I didn't even know that was in there. We don't have time to create our own questions. We don't have the mental capacity to do that. So
I would have asked.
pick any of
you a
those.
question, I guess.
Wait, did you have one? Did you have a question you could ask me? No? Okay.
Not at the moment.
Okay. We'll save that for another time.
What do you think I need, and are you providing it?
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Is that heavy?
It feels kind of
Do you need
heavy.
do you need a pass on that? Don't you gotta like stare in my eyes? You want to pass?
I'm not going to pass. I'm going to be honest. And this is more of a reflection of myself. What you need is someone to be a spiritual leader. One that goes to church and is a part of the church. And I do not provide that. I know how much it means to you and how important it is to you for us to go to church as a family. But because I have become disenfranchised by organized religion as a whole, I don't go. I choose to have a spiritual connection with God and the Lord on my own, as I feel that church sometimes gets diluted with people using religion to boost their careers and sometimes prey on other people. That's a conversation for a different day, because I've been feeling like that for a few years since we stopped going to Friendship West. What was that? 2014, 2015, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, it was something that I saw that made me reevaluate what my going to church was doing for me. I know that I've actually seen this growing up. For many years, my dad didn't go to church. But he would argue with my mom every Sunday about why she shouldn't go.
Mm-hmm. This was after he was a pastor?
This was before. And then he got saved again and then became a minister. And then after what happened where he was a pastor at a church and they didn't like the fact that the church was growing. He wanted to do more outreach in the community and they wouldn't let him. And it was like, what I started to feel was that church members and church folks tend to be the most judgmental people that you are around, because they feel that their belief system is higher, so they can then turn and point the finger at you about what it is you are doing and how you aren't a great Christian. And I never want to put myself in environments that would make me feel like that. Now, I'm not saying that the church that you attend would do that to me or any of the people who go there, because they're all fantastic people. But organized religion has become a platform for people to boost themselves in a way that doesn't really align with what I believe God wants from us. I saw it when my mom was making the hats, and she tried to give one to Pastor Haynes. It was more for a way to get more of them sold. And ever since then, I was like, and my mom, that wasn't the main reason why she did it. Let me put that out there, because then it just makes it seem like it was not the best, like her best idea. It wasn't that. But when I saw it, and then I saw how he took the hat and then he passed it to, he had like security that was with him, and he passed it to him, and then he gave my mom a hug. I could see it felt disingenuine. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It didn't feel genuine at all, like the whole interaction. And I was like,
so you feel like that one moment stopped you from
it wasn't
going?
it wasn't the one. There were others. That was one of the last ones that made me take a step back and say, there's something not right with this whole thing. And I need to reevaluate how I feel and have a closer connection on my own.
Mm-hmm. Which
So,
I get that part.
yeah.
But it's like you can't choose those particular moments and think that it's all like that.
I understand that, and I do hear you with what you're saying. But I am constantly seeing different things that make me not believe in like going to an institution, going to a church, and like going to the show. That's what it feels like. And my relationship now with God is close. And I never felt closer. Even growing up in church and being in choirs and all that stuff, I've never felt closer. It's when I go, I feel disconnected because there's so many things.
Or maybe it's because you allow yourself to disconnect because you already have a idea of what you think it is. So you disconnect before even walking in.
That could be. But even now, the times when I do go, I can't be present and in the moment because there's, 80 doesn't allow you to do anything.
But that's still because you disconnect before you walk in. Like in your mind, you're like, I already don't want to be here, so I'm not gonna really enjoy it.
That's
so
fair.
You don't allow yourself to.
When it comes to how I feel about certain things, once I already have that set in my mind, it's hard for me to remove my mind from that thought. I can't. I've been like that too, where it's like I know in my head that I need to change certain things, but once it's embedded in me, I can't get away from it. So that is a fair assessment. And there are times when I come and when I go and I try to let it all go, and then something will happen. I'll be like, see, this is why I don't come. This is why I don't go. And it won't be something that might happen in church. It might be something else. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm going through the motions, and I feel like I'm not doing it for me. I feel like I'm doing it for you, or for AD, or for my mom, or for anybody else. And
that's why I don't push it, because I'm like, I'm not going to make nobody go to church. It's like, I know my connection with the Lord. I know how I like to serve in the church and how it fulfills me. So as long as I'm being fulfilled, I would like to do it as a family, but I can't push somebody to do it. So that's between you and God. Y'all got to make your own calling and connection, and that's it.
Let me ask you
But
a
you did
genuine.
answer the question.
Let me ask you a genuine question, and I want you to be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
Does this conversation right now make you frustrated?
Every time we talk about it, it makes me frustrated.
I'm asking.
Not in a bad way, but I'm just saying, like, because I would like to worship as a family, and I don't see that happening. So that's why it makes me frustrated.
But why I'm asking the question is, and this is me being honest and vulnerable with you, your response there was, it was more, you're tired of me talking about it, Let's put an end to it and then keep going.
Well, I didn't take it as that, but you took it as that.
That I'm expressing to you how I was feeling when it said it, because I know your tones, and I know when you're ready to talk about something else, and that's what it felt like. I'm not saying that was something that you were doing. I'm telling you that's how it came across.
So it's not that. It's that I know your stance on it, and I know it's not going to change. So it's like, what else do I need to say because you already know how you feel about it?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it because of the question and the fact that the people who are listening and the people who are watching don't know. They don't know that aspect. So I'm explaining it so that
No, I
they.
get that. I want you to explain that.
Yes. I'm just.
So it's not me trying to stop the conversation. Like, I'm trying to understand what you think I'm trying to do.
The way I was feeling was that, okay, I know how you feel. You've expressed how you feel. We know it's not going to change in that moment. And we know that I'm not providing in that aspect. So let's go ahead and keep moving.
I mean, I didn't say that or express that. That wasn't what my body language was to me. But if you took it that way, that's not what I was trying to do. I'm still talking about it. So, like, what else do you want me to say about it?
I'm not looking for a specific set of words. That's not where this conversation is going. So I don't want you to think I'm looking for something. I was just expressing my feeling with the statement, so then we can progress forward and continue. That's it. I'm not mad or frustrated. I just needed clarification for that. Now that you have clarified, we can progress and move forward. How you gonna sip hard in the microphone? We just had a breakthrough moment, and you just.
I didn't know I was at the end of my water.
Okay, are you
I
ready?
needed a sip from this heavy combo of, what you call it? Relationship therapy.
Well,
Brought to you by the aim.
relationship struggles brought to you by the Skin Deep. Anyway, let's keep going. Eeny, meeny, this one. Oh,
That must be heavy.
there's some heavy hitters today, boy.
I need a drink after this. Pull out the crown.
We should probably go get some Terramana or whatever tequila The Rock makes. Anyway, what did we have to give up and why?
In the relationship?
It does not specify. It just says, what do we have to give up and why? So maybe individually, maybe in the relationship, maybe some other thing that.
Well, it can't be individually because it said we.
Okay.
Collectively, we have to give up and why. We had to give up having more freedom than what we were used to prior to having a kid. Because after having AD, freedom is limited because we got to, work and then make sure we get him. And then there's not much you could do
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
So, like before we had a kid, we can, go here and go there and be like, not worry about time limits and time constraints, stuff like that. Now when we do stuff, we got to worry about, what time we got to go get him by this, or can we even go to this because we got to go across town to pick him up, and are we able to even, have somebody babysit because that may cut into their time, and then you don't want to like cut into somebody else's time. So yeah, freedom, I guess.
Yeah. Freedom. Definitely.
Freedom. Not saying it's a bad thing, because we love our son.
I wonder if I'm
But we
allowed.
did have to give up freedom.
I wonder if I'm allowed to answer.
I mean, you can if you want. It's supposed to be a one, sided thing, but
No.
you make our own rules. What you give up?
Choice? Giving up the choice.
Choice of what?
Before we were together, if I had a job and I didn't like it, I would just quit.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't like putting myself in situations that make me upset. because I hate having to deal with my anger. So now,
You got a family, so
I got a family and I got responsibilities and bills and all this stuff, I can't just quit. I kind of miss being able to be reckless a little bit. Kind
you
of.
got married and had a child.
They don't tell you when you get, well, they do tell you when you get married that there will be some things you have to sacrifice. And one of those things is the ability to drop whatever you're doing and go do something else. Like, I've been listening to Matthew McConaughey's book, which is kind of all over the place sometimes, but he does lay down some knowledge. For a while, before he got married, right after he had some big successes, he bought an RV and he just drove across the country and just took in America. And I was like, man, I would love to buy a van and just go driving around and experience things I've never experienced before.
La, 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 la.
But I can't do that because I'm a dad and I'm a husband.
RV and do that together one day.
Well, one, I am terrified of driving RVs. I would want to get. You remember that Kia van, that new one that we saw? Like buying one of those and then just like putting sandwiches in a bag and we just start driving and
do
just
that one day.
Meeting people and experiencing things that I never would have experienced in my life before. So I gotta stop listening to the man who plays bongos naked and gets high. I gotta stop doing that.
Matthew played bongos.
He actually got arrested one time for getting high in his, I think it was Austin apartment. The cops like busted in. He was naked playing bongos, and they arrested him buck ass naked.
And he was high.
Yeah, he was high.
This was before he was acting.
This was in like '98. This was peak McConaughey before the reconnaissance.
Okay.
That's probably not even what it's called. Anyway.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So choice for you and freedom.
And freedom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because like sometimes clients be like, I can't come at 8:00. Blah, blah. No, I have to pick up my child. Y'all know I got a toddler, right? I got to finish at a certain time. You can't squeeze me. I have to pick up my child.
When people say like, hey, can you do this? I'll say, well, I got to talk to the missus first and make sure that's something that can actually be done, because with her schedule and having a son, I can't just say, yeah, I can do it.
Right.
Because
if I'm adding on somebody extra, I'll be like, well, first I got to see if hubby can pick him up, because if not, it's not going to work.
Yep. And then, on the flip side with the promotion, it's like I could be a supervisor, but if I'm stuck somewhere at 8:00, I gotta get home. I gotta make sure the babies are okay. Can't do it. All right.
Last one.
Is
it you or me? You gotta ask me
I
the question, right?
I just asked you this one. What do we have to give up and why? And then I answered it too.
Okay. That's why it threw me out, because you answered it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Why was it worth it? That's all it says. Nothing specific. Why was it worth it?
For those moments when it's just me and you, and we're sitting and we're talking, and you'll say something and I'll twist it and make you laugh, and knowing that laugh is coming from a good place. It's not coming because you feel like you have to laugh for my ego, like you're actually enjoying spending that time with me. And then those moments when AD is so happy to see me, and he runs into my arms and he gives me a big hug and he starts telling me about his day. This was everything that I always wanted when I was a kid. I wanted, like, how our family is. It's what I wanted my family to be growing up, and it wasn't. And I didn't recognize until I became a teenager that I didn't play with my dad. My mom and dad weren't close. So when they talked to each other, it felt like a business meeting. It didn't feel like how ours feel. And knowing that I have that now is what I always wanted, it makes it 100% worth it.
Baby,
Why was it worth it, Mikayla?
Why you flipping it on me?
Because I want to know.
This is your question.
Yeah, okay. You just said we can make our own rules. You get a bonus.
Why was it worth it? Why was it worth it?
I don't know. Why was it worth it?
Because we can have moments like this on the show where it gets real and deep and it makes my chest hurt and tight, but I still love you regardless after. Even though you make me so mad sometimes. That's why it's worth it.
Well, you know I'm an emotional roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
You either ride or you don't. That's what she said.
It's been 11 years. I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still strong.
I can't with you.
Antoine Fisher.
This one's easy.
Is it?
I feel like it's a cop out. Who do you think relies on us the most and why?
AD.
Yeah.
Because he's a child. And,
that don't feel fair.
He can't go buy his own groceries yet. So he relies on us the most.
I had the question that made me have to go through this whole thing about as a childhood and my inner child finally getting the things that he deserves.
You want a bonus card then?
Yeah, I do.
Because that was easy. Like, who relies on us the most? The child that's 3.
We got kids. A kid.
Well, I was about to say,
I had to think about it for a second.
There's only one.
There is only one.
And
Let me
hold
on. Let me. I'm gonna shuffle.
All right.
I'm gonna shuffle these, and then I'm gonna pull from the top.
Shuffle these.
Here we go. I like this one better.
Okay.
What do I do that makes you feel you can trust me?
What do you do that makes me feel that I can trust you? You create a safe space for me to talk, like without judgment. Even though I would be joking, I'd be like, "Why are you judging me?" But you really don't be judging me. Like, you let me talk about whatever, and you just be like, "Say it," and don't hold back. So, and then you be having that look like how you have now. It's like, just pour it all out and don't hold back and get it off your chest. And that's what make me trust you. So
I do feel it's important for you to be able to open up and express things that you feel, because I know how hard it is for you to open up and have feelings.
Even to this day. 11 years in, and sometimes it is like prying teeth with me.
Yeah, and I just look at you like, why are we still? But I understand.
It has nothing to do with you.
It's got nothing to do with me.
It's all me. Because in my mind, I'm like, I'm Superwoman. I can handle it. I don't need nobody else to carry this load. And then you be like, well, that's what I'm here for, to help you. So, yeah.
I do when you do that, because I know when you're doing it. And I know when it's unconscious, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know.
That you aren't going to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And I'm just like, why are we still doing this?
And that's when I get frustrated sometimes too, because then when I try to handle it all, and then you be like, I know something's going on, tell me what it is. And then I get all frustrated, and then I start crying.
Yeah.
And I be like,
yeah, and I'd be like, now, don't you feel better? Don't you feel like a weight is off your shoulders? Is that so hard?
And then when I wipe my tears, and I be like, why am I crying? I'm a G. So,
but it's okay to cry. Sometimes when we're at...
You know I don't like to cry because then I feel weak.
But it's... Okay. Because I like this. I really do. This is something that I've had to deal with too. Crying and being vulnerable, and you know this. I'm just going to say it to you again. It doesn't make you weak. It actually shows that how strong you are to be willing to accept your feelings and express them. You know, I cry, and I hate crying because I know I will cry. I know I'll watch a movie, and there will be movies that I won't watch because I know it'll make me cry, and I hate feeling so drained afterwards.
It's over when your lips start trembling. I be like, oh yeah, he about to cry.
And I'd be like, ugh. But it allows me to have that spectrum and be able to see the other side of how others feel because I have felt what others have felt. So I'm able to help you, because I tell you all the time about the time I used to bottle up my feelings, and it cost me a relationship. One that was a bit more toxic than I recognized at the time, but I would have stayed in that relationship. So now, knowing what bottling up your feelings can do, I try to be patient with you, because I spent 2 years. It was 2007, almost 3 years dealing with that and dealing with my emotions, because now I had no choice.
Then I came along.
Yeah, so with you, and you're like a safe. You're like a safe deposit box that's got the double keys inside a safe, like the big safe with the doors,
Safeception.
And then that's within a cage on the outside with the security guard within Fort Knox.
Oh, wow.
Like, you have layers of security to your feelings.
Yeah.
And I have to sign my name on the roster and then have someone walk me in to open every single layer of your feelings.
As long as you know.
And when I get there, I'm so exhausted, but it's worth it, because it allows you the opportunity to express things that you would never express out loud with anybody else. My job as your husband is not to judge you. Even when you think I would judge you, I don't, because that's not what I'm here for. So you'll say, why are you judging me? Or if I just turn and look at you and you'll be like, why are you looking at me like that? I'm just looking at you. Like, I'm trying to give you that space so that you can express what you need to express. Now, if we're in a joking tone, I'll say something to make you laugh, but I'm still not judging you.
Right.
And I give you what you deserve, but also hope to receive on the back end when I need it. So I know when I depressed about work stuff like 2 weeks ago, like, you let me vent, and this is something that I say to you a lot. You'll get in problem solving mode. Like, this is what we need to do to get past this so that you don't feel like this.
Right.
And in those moments, I don't be wanting to move past it. I be wanting to feel it.
I just want to talk about it.
I just want to talk about it.
No problem solved.
You'd be like, well, you can't let them do. I know I can't let them do this to me. I know I can't allow them to let them make me feel how I'm feeling right now. But damn it, I feel it, and I want to feel it till it's over. Like, till I'm over it. Let me, and it'll take me like a day or two. Just let me
get over it.
Let me go through the motion. So I won't say I get frustrated with you. I think what happens is I'll just kind of shut down, and I'll be like, okay, so I know I got to move forward, so let's just move forward, because
That's just me being supportive, trying to help and fix things. That's all.
And you'll tell me too, like, I don't know if you want me to just listen to you vent, or if you want me to give you words of encouragement. And sometimes I don't know what I need in that moment. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for you to figure out what it is that I need when sometimes you might not know what you need in those situations too. So, we're trying to figure it out together.
That's life. That's all you can do.
The blind leading the blind.
Right. Put on your shades.
After all that, was it worth it?
Yes, just draining.
You sure?
I felt like I was at a therapy session.
That's what the game is
deep.
designed for.
I know it serves its purpose, so I see why I got an Emmy because
Well,
the purpose has been served.
I do want to say though, you did admit that I make you mad, and I made you mad during that. You didn't admit that before.
I said that in the thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
That I made you mad?
Trying to make me mad all over again. I mean, like, not like mad, but like just frustrated.
Okay.
The situation, not like you. Well, you make me frustrated sometimes too. You make me frustrated sometimes too. But
okay.
I'm just saying, like, the situation. And I admit that see, now I can't talk. I admitted that.
Okay.
What?
Okay, that's another one of those moments where I'm just looking at you.
Added conversation after the podcast.
I'm honestly just looking at you while you are speaking to me. I am giving you the floor and allowing you to express how you feel and taking it in.
Okay.
This is the type of conversation that make you want to have like pizza and ice cream afterwards, like comfort foods and all that stuff.
To be continued though.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. We got let's see. So we did 5 last times. 5 and 5, that's 10. 5 and 5, that's 20. And then one card we missed, and then we did an additional one. So that's 22 minus 199. We got 177. Wait. Yep, 177 cards left in the deck. This is probably gonna run through the rest of 2021.
That's cool.
So if you enjoyed that, actually, I could probably tell my mom about it so she can have her students do extra credit. So we can get more listeners on the podcast. It is now time for the weekly motivation to get everyone through the rest of the week. So best of wives and best of women. I always let you go first. I give you the option of going first. And I know you're going to stall, so I'm stalling for you. Oh, you got something?
I'm not going to stall.
Okay.
I'm going to just say, make sure you always tell your loved ones how much you love them, because you never know when you have a near-death experience like I did yesterday. Because everything just flashed before my eyes in that very moment as I was, trying to regain my balance in the car. Because I was, like, okay, let me brace myself because this can end any type of way. So in my mind, I was just thinking of all my loved ones. And the last time I told them I loved them. That's why every time I'm finishing a conversation, either on the phone or in person, I always try to finish with "I love you," so that that could be the last thing. If anything, were to happen, I would know that would be the last thing they would hear. So, didn't mean to make that dark or anything. I'm just saying.
No, it's not dark.
I always tell people that you love them.
It's the reality.
Something to you. So.
It's the reality we live in.
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye. I'm so glad you're still here.
Thanks, baby. I can get on your nerves.
Boy, do you? Let me express that. No, so sometimes we ask for signs for things that we should do in our lives and how we should go about handling things. And a lot of times we get those signs and we ignore them because we think, well, that wasn't really anything. We downplay it. But that sign that was presented to you was what you asked for. And you're still choosing to move in the opposite direction. Trust that the signs that you see are the right ones. Because you could end up making a mistake that will take you on the wrong path for years to come. Sometimes a bad decision can affect you for a long time. But it was because you chose not to see the sign that you asked for. Be more present in the moment so when those signs do come, you can actually see it for what it is and not be like, oh, well, that was nothing. For someone that speaks from experience, because I ask for signs all the time. and I will see some, and I will choose to go in the wrong direction. I'll use this as an example. When I was thinking about comedy, I went to the Dallas Comedy House website a year prior, saw the internship program, and saw that they wanted to promote interns from within, like the people who were taking classes. And I was like, instead of looking, like I asked for a sign, and the sign was there, apply. But I chose to go in the opposite direction. Took a year for me to come back to that website and just apply and get it. Now, if I had done it the first time, I would not have been affected by COVID and it shutting down. I could have been 2 years ahead because I would have gotten a full year. I could have been doing something else. I could have potentially been teaching classes up there and being a part of the community and looking to branch out and go to other cities and perform and start building up what I want to do. But instead of looking at what was in front of me, I went the opposite direction. Now that it's gone, I was only up there for 9 months, just getting comfortable, and it now it no longer exists. All because I didn't allow myself to see the signs for what it were. Filled with regret. We thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. It was heavy. It was heavy from beginning to end.
I saw the signs.
Kayla's always going to do her best to make it light.
I know.
Tell the people where to find you on social media.
Social media, Instagram, Mickey Styles, IG, MIKKISTY, alias IG, and Facebook, Mickey Styles Salon.
RIP underscore Instagram and Twitter. Though YUPod underscore on Instagram, YUPod on Twitter, the YU Podcast on YouTube, YUPod at Patreon. Now, you ready to go order some comfort food?
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't. We should probably just eat whatever's in there.
We got leftovers.
We do.
I don't feel like cooking.
But I don't feel like leftovers neither. We just gonna have to figure it out. It's time to go. For Mikayla.
Y'all have a good one, though.
And Alfonso, we bid you a good day and adieu. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask. If you are choosing to get vaccinated, please do. And be cognizant of people who don't. Sometimes they think they're getting microchips implanted into their arms. Just give them a second to get their lives together. It's okay. We all got that one relative that watches too much. You know what I'm saying.
CNN and all that.
Love each other, please. Please love each other. We need more love being spread around here.
More love, less COVID.
Yes, for real. Love each other. And if you get vaccinated, hug each other.
After your 2-week period is up.
Yes. Be the light in your environment and the change that you want to see. If we gonna win,
we gonna win as a winner.
And if we lose, we gonna lose as losers. We not gonna quit. Quit, what's that? You know what I'm saying. We love you. We appreciate you. How you gonna already jump on the phone? We ain't even finished yet. You on camera.
You taking forever and I'm hungry.
I'd love to see you.
We love you about 10 times.
Because okay. Next week. Okay. Next week, you gonna do the intro.
I don't have to.
You gonna do the outro. Since you talking about how long it take for me.
I'm just saying.
You just saying.
This is your lane, but you was just taking a little bit longer.
Well, I am creating. A lane for you.
I'm not finna do the intro and outro next week.
Okay.
Don't you try to put me into this.
So you saying we gonna have blank for like the first 15 seconds and then blank at the end?
Do it.
You okay? Then don't talk to me about how long it take me to do this outro, Mikayla.
Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because it's taking you longer to do it.
It sure is. These people are like, can they stop now? Like, I gotta go pee and then make a sandwich. I'm hungry too. Damn. We love you. We appreciate you for real though. All joking aside, for real. We will see you next time.
Bye.
How you gonna talk?